Attention Cloud9 shoppers, this is the Superstory Podcast, a Superstore fan podcast with Matthew Haas and Michael E. Cullen II. Okay, everybody. Welcome to the Superstory Podcast, a Superstore fan podcast. I am your host, Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is
Jonah.
That's not your name.
No, it's Matt. Okay.
Matthew.
Matthew Haas, Matt Haas, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Just be proud of your name, man. Be proud.
I'm fine.
Be proud. I'm proud of you.
Okay, cool.
I'm proud.
I feel like I'm on cloud 9 right now.
Well, I see what you did there.
After I ate people. Wait,
Whoa.
what?
Okay, so today we are covering... Do you want to just jump right into the orientation, or do you have anything to say before we do that, Matt?
Sure.
Attention Cloud9 associates, it is now time for orientation.
This was one of my favorite episodes of the entire series.
Let's see. The name of the episode was Spokesman Scandal. And it originally aired October 13th, 2016. It was directed by Ken Whittingham and written by Gabe Miller.
He keeps looking back at the computer and then going back to the mic. It's pretty fun to watch. He's like, oh, there he is.
Yes, it is.
I like it.
See, I got to bring it up on my phone here, which is easier to look at. So, I had it on the computer, which is awkwardly behind me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. So, what's this episode about here, Matt?
This episode is about life, and it's a metaphor for what's happening in society right now. Not really. It's about the Cloud9 spokesman is accused of being a cannibal. And, he's like the wacky, guy who's dressed as a Cloud9. He's got all these puns like toothbrush sales, like, you want the tooth, you can't handle the tooth, and, stuff like that. And, he's been accused of murdering and cannibalizing multiple people.
And putting their genitals in pickle jars.
Yes, which Dina says makes sense for some reason. And,
and Garrett's like, we sell pickle jars? Yes. And that's Kyle, the Cloud9 Cloud, who, was played brilliantly.
Yes, very brilliantly.
By Nate Torrance, who you may know from, he was in the movie She's Out of My League, and he was in some other things. He also he had a small role in Brooklyn Nine-Nine in one of the episodes, which was actually kind of cool, too. He was a superhero in his own mind, who had a homemade suit and stuff, and that was pretty funny. Anyways, so yeah, but he's a pretty funny actor. So, yeah, so they the episode starts out with a news story that they're watching in the store, and they're trying to figure out how to turn off the TVs, and they can't.
Yeah. Amy, she doesn't really know what she's doing, so she ends up turning on all the TVs to the same station, and then somehow makes a sound on all the...
Glenn did that, actually, by mistake. He turned it up really loud or something.
So all the speakers throughout the store are just, like, playing this... So then he drowns it off by playing some...
He starts singing a song.
Some Elijah, or no, was Ezekiel Cry or something like that?
Cry, Ezekiel, cry.
Glenn's got a really high voice, so he's like really up there, like.
And the slide to hell goes all the way down. Slide, cry, Ezekiel, cry.
Oh man.
I don't know if that's a real song or not, but I guess I remember reading somewhere that that was improvised by Mark McKinney. Like, in the moment, like, they didn't know what song they were going to sing, and he just started singing that. So
yeah, if you get a chance, try to watch this episode. It's one of my favorites of the entire series. Really.
Yeah, I really hope whoever's listening to this watches that.
But so that was like kind of like the catalyst to go into all the different like subplots of the episode, because Glenn found out that they found small bags of marijuana in his house. So then he jumped to that opportunity to say it was because he was on drugs that turned him into a cannibal. And
it promotes him to want to drug test the whole entire staff of the store.
Yeah.
Including Cody.
Cody, the stoner.
Yeah.
I mean, obvious stoner. Like, you can see just by his eyes that he's...
Played by the very funny Felipe Esparza, who is... If you've never seen his stand-up, I highly recommend it. The guy is hilarious. I felt bad. He was in town not too long ago, and I wanted to go see him, but I had to work that night, so I couldn't.
Oh.
But, yeah, maybe in the future. If you're out there, Felipe, come do our show.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, be on the show. Contact me at mike@cullenpark.com. I'd love to have you on the show. Anyways, I don't know. So what happens after that? Like, he decides to drug test the people.
Yeah, from, like, Dina's encouragement, because she's all about the rules and everything, so...
and she's just likes to get people in trouble.
Yeah, she's like a authoritarian personality. And so he reluctantly goes through with it, but then he doesn't really want to actually fire anyone. He just wants to know who's been on drugs, basically, just to know, I guess. And
I don't know what he was planning to do with it.
I don't know either. And so there's that one plot, and then there's the other plot is Amy and Jonah are kind of having a cool journey together, just like
they're like daring each other to do things.
It's hilarious. Like Jonah dared Amy to put on the cloud costume, and she's like walking around like she's trying to bite people and stuff like that. They're like, "Oh, I can't believe
she's supporting the cannibal lifestyle."
Yeah, like, of all the days she decides to put this on, she told Glenn, she's like, "What are you doing?" "I'm just supporting the cannibal lifestyle." Glenn's like, "Oh, okay."
And then we have another plot where Cheyenne is showing Sandra and Garrett pictures and videos of her baby, like annoyingly, like constantly.
They're all like the same pictures, like they're hardly.
This is her sleeping.
Oh, and this one,
sleeping.
Like, okay, yeah,
yeah, and Garrett and Sandra are just getting more and more annoyed by that one. And then you have the last plot, which was Mateo being convinced because of what happened in the previous episode, or a previous episode. I don't remember if it was the last one or the one before, where Jeff, the district manager, seemed to be flirting with him, and so he's kind of trying to convince everybody that Jeff likes him, but nobody's believing him.
Yeah, like, because he said, like, he noticed him. Like, it's like, I noticed you, but he said it kind of like in a tone, like he kind of let the words kind of hang for a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was, and then, but like throughout the whole episode, like Jeff's like asking Mateo if he can like clean up vomit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like Garrett overhears that, like, oh man, that's really steamy.
It's getting hot in here.
Stuff, kind of just razzing him or whatever, hassling him. And those are like the three main, I think there might have been some stuff in between. I'm trying to remember.
Nothing really major, but I think it was the four plots there that we have, the main plot and then that, and then, and it's kind of a funny episode. And I mean, it basically ends with, Glenn deciding not to drug test the people, and he throws all the urine down the drain, and then Sandra's sitting there and she's like, my coffee cup was in there.
If you've ever seen the show Scrubs,
yeah.
There's a character in there that's like the sad sack. His name was Ted.
Yeah.
Played by
what's his
name? Last name's Lloyd. He's nephew of Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah.
Anyways,
I know who you're talking about.
He's like the sad. Sandra's kind of like the sad sack, like the Ted.
Yeah, she's kind of the Ted of the show.
Like she's always the one that like suffers the most out of everything. But I wanted to bring up the thing though about the dares, where Jonah's like just showing her products that she has to work into.
Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah,
like it's like a watermelon-sized problem, and like
that's a good scene.
And Garrett's like a can of soup. He's really hard on the outside, but he's really like warm soup on the inside.
Warm and soft on the inside.
He's like he has a can of soup.
Basically, but though at the end we do find out that Jeff does like Mateo, and he asks him out. That's kind of major That's kind of like the only major thing that happens in this episode that is something that is a major plot point that goes forward throughout the series.
Yeah, it really is, because that definitely ties into Mateo's character arc, basically. Really,
yeah, for the rest of the series, in a way.
So.
Yeah, I think I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, because it's basically like Mateo doesn't even realize that he's being asked out, and it's like, have you ever been asked out on a date before?
Yeah. That was really cute.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to jump into the employee of the week here, Matt?
Sure.
Okay.
Attention Cloud9 Associates, our employee of the week is...
Who do you consider the best character in this episode, and why?
Amy, or whatever name tag she was wearing. I didn't.
Heidi.
Heidi. Okay, so Heidi / Amy. I just love the band. Like it's around this time where Amy and Jonah start not really flirting with each other, but they're having these really cool journeys, adventures.
It's the beginning of their friendship.
So they're just daring each other to do stupid things, and I don't know, just like when she was pretending to be the cannibal and just pretending to bite people and stuff, and then the the whole analogy thing, Jonah was just showed up like a watermelon, so she's yeah, it's like a watermelon sized problem, and then Jonah was the alarm clock. It's yeah, it's sometimes he's really annoying in the morning. And Glenn's yeah, sometimes I just want to throw him at the wall sometimes. and then he shows a golf club. It's and you're like the golf club. And it's yeah, because you she's motioning you, and he's drive home was it worker balls or something?
Yeah. To their full potential.
She's yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, just that kind of Amy, it's really between every episode, almost between Amy and Garrett, I think is usually my favorite. Jonah, is a close third, I guess, but it's something about Amy as a character. I don't know what it is. She's smart, but she's not pretentious smart like Jonah is. Jonah's always trying to just display all these facts he knows to impress people.
She's more street smart, and he's more book smart in a way. If you think about it,
but she's still
she knows things. But what I'm saying is she's more common sense, and he's more by the book sort of smart.
Yeah.
It's yeah, I mean, I think my favorite character in this episode is Cody.
Oh yeah,
I'm just gonna go with him just because Felipe Esparza's not in a lot of episodes, but he's just hilarious in this. When he is in the episodes, he's hilarious, and I like the whole there's a point where Glenn is smelling him near the baler in the back room.
Yes,
and because he thinks he smells like marijuana. And then I just like the way that Philippe just goes, I'm going to go over there. It's just, I don't know. He was pretty funny in this episode. I hope they use him more in future episodes. I know he's in a few that we haven't yet seen for this show, but I just hope that, the upcoming seasons, they might use him more, or somebody taps into that guy's talent and gives him his own show or something. 'Cause he's just, again, I want to just emphasize, watch his stand-up. The guy is hilarious. So, yeah, that's what I got for this right now. Do you want to take a little quick break here, Matt?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll take a break, and then we'll come back with today's special. Hi, everybody. This is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast you're listening to right now. With me, as always, is
Matthew Hassa.
Yeah, and we're here to tell you about our really cool other podcast called All Too Real 2. And what do we do on that show, Matt?
We watch the greatest direct-to-video sequels of all time, and then we report on them.
And we also talk about other pop culture cool things like video games and conspiracy theories and other awesome things. So if any of that sounds fun to you and you enjoy hearing my voice and Matt's voice,
as you should.
I mean, of course. Tune in anywhere you get podcasts to All Too Real 2. Bye-bye.
Guard, do your duty!
Right, let me just get my sword out.
Meet Got Ironball, bodyguard for hire and ward to Minister Trike.
Smiling faces have a tendency to bleed together with me. I do like the breaking doors down bit, though.
How Trike earned his loyalty, we'll never know.
If this don't work, we can go back to the plan where you cry and I'll get you ice cream.
Very well.
You can hear Got Ironball and his exciting adventures in the upcoming radio comedy, Magus Elgar. Visit MagusElgar.com to download your copy today.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Let's jump into today's special here, Matt.
Attention Cloud9 shoppers. Today's special is...
What was your favorite scene in the episode and why?
When Amy and Jonah are on that canoe or rat or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And they just basically bolted out into the the main floor or whatever, and Jeff is with his clipboard. I don't know, Jeff almost has this whimsical, almost happy, hey guys, what you doing? He's not even suspicious.
No, he's not even mad.
And they're product testing, oh, okay. And I don't know, and then they roll themselves backwards, to do it again. I don't know, just that was really cute. Just a cute scene, I think, for them as a pre-couple, I guess. But
yeah, it's good early flirting between the two in a way. I like the another one of their little dare things. I don't know. I like the Amy talking into singing into the intercom, and she's singing the Charles in Charge theme song because Charles is in charge of the floor.
Yes, he is.
If you need help, because Charles in charge of our days and our nights.
And she sings it both in English and
Spanish.
Yes,
That's what made it
awesome.
Made it really so well. It was probably my favorite. Let's move into, that was fast, but let's move right into go backs.
Attention Cloud9 associates. It's time to grab your go backs.
What was something you think could have been done better or differently in this episode, if anything?
I don't really know. You're not going to like this, and it's not any offense at all to the actress.
Oh no, go ahead.
But I don't like Dina as a character that much. I'm sorry, just to be honest.
Oh no,
I don't really like. She's a great actress, I'm sure, but just
in this episode,
something
at least,
about
too.
just her as a character just always rubs me. She's necessary for the show because without her,
honestly, I think what it is she's actually doing her job well by the fact that you don't like her.
Maybe, yeah,
because she's not meant to be liked.
Yeah, there's some parts like a future episode where she's referencing Billy Joel songs.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
There's, and she's a hilarious actress. I just think that they go a little too far with her sometimes, and they're not completely consistent in my opinion either. I don't think
because she's can be very literal and almost she doesn't even understand sarcasm, but then she does understand sarcasm because she's always sarcastic with Sandra. So yeah, you're right. It's not really, but just some of the scenes with her where I don't know. It's just again, it's one of those things I can't really explain it all the way, and it could just be this episode too, where because for whatever reason she's going after Cody for no reason at all.
Yeah.
He's never done anything to her. A lot of the times
she's very vindictive for no reason. A lot of times.
But a lot of times she'll actually at least have somewhat of a reason. This was literally just out of the blue.
And it's sometimes she's vindictive and then she turns around and she saved Amy's job a couple episodes ago and different things. It's different things. It doesn't make sense. I agree with you that I'll actually give that to you because I was actually going to say nothing from this episode, but once you bring that up, I actually kind of agree with you. I do really, love her as an actress, but I'm just there are times that I think that it's more the writing in certain ways, that the way they write her and it's not consistent enough, but this is still the second season and they're kind of still finding the footing with her. And I still think they are still finding the footing, unfortunately, within the fourth season and stuff too, but hopefully they do. It's just, it's the thing a lot of people had compared her character to Dwight from The Office, but there's difference. Dwight is an asshole, but he also has a heart too as well. Mm-hmm. At times, but he's more of an asshole, but he usually has a reasoning behind all of his assholeness. doesn't necessarily mean it's right, the reasons, but there is a reasoning, you know? And sometimes with hers, it just doesn't make sense. Like, there's no motivation for her to be an ass.
Right. She does love birds, though.
Yes.
And really loves to, take care of them and stuff like that. So she's an animal.
Yes.
She's a vegan as well. So she does have some compassion, just maybe not the human.
So, do you want to take a little break here, Matt?
Yeah,
and then
sure.
we'll come back and we'll close this up and then, see what else there is to talk about here about the episode before we go.
All right.
Hey, folks, this is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast that you're listening to right now, along with
Matthew Haas.
We just wanted to tell you about our great podcast called Super. It's called All Too Real. And on that show, what do we do, Matt?
We watch biopics and then we talk about whether or not the movie matched up with the real story or not.
So
it was a lot more exciting than that, though.
Yeah. So we analyze the real story and the real story.
Get it?
Get it?
Real.
Yeah, they're spelled differently, folks. You can guess which one I said which way. Anyways, so sometimes we have a guest, sometimes we don't. But we talk about great movies like Shattered Glass and The Social Network and Futile and Stupid Gesture, among others. Those are some of the ones that we've covered so far, and we're going to cover a lot more. So please subscribe on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you find your great, fun podcasts. And be sure to share it with your friends.
Do it.
And make sure you're not afraid to get all too real. Bye-bye. And we are back. So let's close up this episode. Attention Cloud9 shoppers, the store will be closing soon. So you got anything else to share with us here, Matt, or anything?
Yeah.
Well,
something really bizarre.
First off, before you start anything, I got a weird email from you.
Yeah, you did.
I need to talk to you about this because I haven't had a chance before we recorded this to talk to you about this yet.
All right.
So I'm sleeping earlier. I roll over. I see, hey, Matt sent me an email, and I read it, and I'm like, what the hell is this about? And I was kind of groggy, so I'm not mad at you or anything, but I'm just like, okay, this is what the email says, folks. It says, hey, dude, Tony just sent me a really weird song, quote-unquote song. He was talking about starting a Tony Generous-themed car wash/burger joint business. And then you said that I thought that would make more sense at a later time when more people were familiar with his work. He was adamant, though. He had already written music for his commercial, he said. The business will be called Tony Generous Express. I'm not sure where he is going to come up with the money to do this, considering that he hasn't played a gig since last year. He hasn't played a gig since last year, man?
No, since that last time in Cary, Ohio.
Oh, Jesus.
And that wasn't even official because they canceled it. He just played to like a bunch
he
of... He
probably didn't even get paid.
No, I think he played to like 3 people that just happened to be passing by.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a gig per se. It was more of just him playing, but...
And then this is the part that really concerns me here. Mm-hmm. You said, my phone is still glitching a bunch, and sometimes it seems like I see Tony's face on the screen for a split second before it randomly turns off. I don't know if that is part of the virus he accidentally put on my phone or what, but it's really creepy. I think you need
creepy.
I think you need a new phone, man.
I'm scared of my phone. When I see that, it just like, glitches, and all of a sudden, like, for like a split second,
you see his face,
and then it turns off. I don't know if that's like if Tony is like is he getting involved in some weird occult, witchcraft stuff? If he's doing spell work or what? I don't know what he's doing, but that was because I know he doesn't have any technology know-how to. I
take that to. I mean, I would take that to your phone carrier.
Yeah, what are they gonna say? They might put me in jail just for being weird. I mean, I don't know. They might think it's
or another possibility is, okay, the hardware store, the Home Depot or something, go there, buy a hammer.
Yeah, and just
bash it. Just bash the phone.
Yeah, I might do
I think you might want to do that.
Yeah. Who knows what's going on with that, but yeah,
it's kind of scary, man.
It's a concerning email.
I'm just worried it's going to start on my phone now that you sent me an email with his song on it. But I mean,
well, I check for viruses. Songs should be fine, so
all right. You think I should put it on this episode and share it with the fans?
Yeah, it's I like I've been telling him for a while. I think he needs to learn how to focus. What he's doing, like what he intends to do, because it's just all over the place. Like it starts off sounding like a normal jingle to a song. The lyrics are a little repetitive and whatever, fine. And it just about the halfway point, just kind of falls apart. I have no idea what he was thinking. I mean, you'll understand when you hear it of why he would think this would actually work as a 2.5-minute commercial song. I mean,
the commercials are usually like 30 seconds or a minute. I don't know. Why don't you folks listen to this right now and just send us a message and let us know what you think of it.
Sorry.
Tony Generous Express. Tony Generous. 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 Tony Generous Express. Tony Generous Express. Tony Generous Express. Tony Generous Express. Tony Generous. Tony Generous Express. Tony Generous. Tony Generous Express. Tony Generous. Tony Generous. Tony Generous. Tony Express.
very concerning.
I mean, like you said, it did start out okay. Then, about, I don't know, halfway, 2/3 through it, it just got so weird.
I have no idea what he was going for, to be honest. I don't know if there was a glitch maybe in the file itself that caused it to do that, just like the glitches on my phone, or if he actually intended to do that, which again, I mean, we're talking about a guy who lives inside of a fake, space shuttle in a parking lot in Colorado somewhere, so maybe he just thinks that's normal.
I'm worried about him.
I'm actually beginning to regret managing this guy at this point. I mean, I hate to say that.
But you never agreed to manage him.
I know, I just kind of fell into it. But
I know.
But still, but now I'm like, deep into it, so I just, feel like I'm just gotta...
Like, you gotta continue doing it.
Run this course until something happens. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm worried we're gonna go into space one of these days. I mean, I don't know if he's like
that could be cool.
An alien, or if he's even a human. I don't know anymore sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes weird things do happen, though, when I was around him. I'm starting to wonder if he's even, human or what, because, I swear there would be times where, when we were, sleeping in the ditch in Cary, and that, I'd look over and I'd see what looked like, a silhouette of Tony just standing by the side of the road with his guitar, but then I see him, he's laying right down next to me with a bunch of leaves covered on him. So I'm thinking that's kind of, unless there's another guy that looks just like Tony Generous, just 15 feet down the road. So I don't know. And now I got this whole glitching thing with his face on my phone. I'm starting to wonder, quite honestly, I'm starting to wonder if this is actually just a figment of my imagination. I mean, I don't even know if he's even real at this point.
I mean, I've heard his music.
Yeah, well,
and he sent me an email once.
Right. Yeah, on my phone, though.
Yeah.
So how do you explain that?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Am I real?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're sitting there.
Okay, good.
Unless you are a figment of my imagination, and then Tony's a figment of your imagination.
Your imagination.
So then that would just mean everything's a figment of my imagination. Right. Maybe this podcast doesn't even exist.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah. See, he plays with my mind. Being with him, spending too much time with him really
messes with you.
Plays with my head.
Yeah.
I normally don't even have weird thoughts like this, but when you get commercial songs for car wash / burger restaurants that have a bunch of weird chorus pedal effects out of the blue for no apparent reason from someone who lives in the space shuttle and then who sends you viruses that makes your phone glitch and then see his face for a split second before shutting off. I mean, what do you do? What do you do with that? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of like some shit from the TV show Lost or something.
That's one. It's like a scary, am I being sucked into some weird time vortex? I'm not even sure if that's a real thing or not, but
I'm sure it is.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, right now, I don't know if anything's real. I think everything's made up in my head.
Right.
Maybe I'm the figment of somebody else's imagination who's imagining me, and then I'm imagining you, and then you're imagining Tony,
right.
And then Tony's imagining somebody else.
Tony's probably imagining Tom Petty.
And Tom Petty doesn't even exist.
Not anymore, no.
And, I mean, well, of course he's passed away. But, I mean, I just don't want to think of a world that I can't listen to the song Wildflowers.
I know. It's good. It's a great song.
Yes.
And Tony did mention he's going to try to cover that song. I just hope to God that's not going to be some weird noise music infused.
Probably will be.
Gutter bullshit of chorus effects because, that's a beautiful song. I don't want to be hearing, some guitar jumping 15 octaves up and down and with the weird distortion pedal. It's like, dude, you're supposed to be a cover artist of Tom Petty. Tom Petty plays indie rock music, like the first indie rock really, and then acoustic stuff. He doesn't have, distortion pedals and flangers and phasers and throwing amplifiers into the audience. I don't know where he's getting these ideas from. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if he's even
listened to Tom Petty before,
or if he's even the cousin, if he just made this up. But again, why would you be so such a specific lie to make up?
What I'm thinking that we need to do, Matt, and I mean, folks, you can chime in on this and let me know if you think this is a good idea. You can email me at mike@cullenpark.com. Another thing that you might want to do, that'll help us, to prove that Tony actually exists is we have a t-shirt on, our TeePublic page right now where it's, you can get Tony Generous World Tour, and that'll actually help out Tony, and maybe we can pay for some therapy for him.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Because he really needs to get out there and play.
That's what I think we should do. We need to get at least Tony some therapy, if not you and me.
Yeah, I think definitely me too.
I think all of us. And maybe all of our listeners.
All of us and all of our listeners. Because, I think he's spending way too much time in that space shuttle.
Because maybe in a future episode we can have a therapist on the show or something.
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah, we'll get a professional therapist to call in or something and talk to us about whether Tony's real or not.
Yeah. Should I tell my actual therapist about Tony Generous or not? Probably not.
You might want to, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe, because I don't want to have to do this show from an insane asylum or something.
Right. You could.
Yeah. It'd be an interesting take on this, a show about a sitcom that's done from an insane asylum.
Yeah, it's actually a really good angle.
I don't know. But anyways, folks, we should probably get going now. Make sure you, like I said, check out our TeePublic. We do have some Super Story, podcast shirts, and we do have a Tony Generous shirt, and we might have some more coming up, including, Mateo what is it? Mateo.
Oh, Mateo Kills the Crow.
Yeah, Mateo Kills the Crow, and, fuck you for being young.
Yeah.
Shirts. But, which, we have yet to design, but they'll be up there soon. And, and there's some other Cullen Park, stuff there. Just check out the show notes and there'll be some links to that. Also, we have a Patreon. That'll help our show. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes or Apple Podcast or wherever the fuck they're calling it this week. And I am being bitter about this because they change it from time to time. It's like, oh, listen to us on Apple Podcasts. No, listen to us on iTunes. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts. Now iTunes is going to go away again. So I don't know what the fuck to call it. So Apple, get your shit together.
Yeah,
I love you, Apple. I love your products, but
quit changing your names all the time.
Yes, stick to something.
You're being confusing.
Stay in one lane here. And I'm getting bitter, and I blame Tony.
Tony can do that. He can really change the mood to a very confusing type of thing. So don't worry. But
regardless of my bitterness, give us a review on there, even if it's not a 5-star. I prefer a 5-star. But
4 or 5, preferably 5.
Yeah.
So
if you give us a 1-star, I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah.
That just seems like a waste of time and being bitter. But who knows? I don't know.
How could anyone hate us though? We're so lovable.
I know.
And huggable people.
All of the people in my head love me. Wait.
Okay.
Except for that one guy.
Okay, he doesn't like you.
No. Anything else, Matt, before we go?
No, I think that's all.
Okay, I guess for now the store is closed. Bye-bye.
This is the Super Story Podcast, a Superstore fan podcast.
A Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.